Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm talking about how my husband and I met online. This is not to say what worked for me would work for you because your situation might be different from mine, but I'm just sharing my personal experience as a way of giving you something to look out for, something to expect, hopefully. Before I go into today's topic, if you are new here, my name is Interracial. I am an author, a public speaker, and the founder of a non-profit called Feminine Star Africa. I invite you to subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell so that whenever a new video is up, you will be notified. What you need to know is this: online dating sites are like marketplace, something like Amazon, where a lot of people come there to advertise their wares. They themselves are the wares, but things about them, their character, attitude, and other things are what they display out there. The person's picture might show you something else, but who he truly is within would be something else. Or the person's physical appearance must show you something beautiful. She's amazing, she's beautiful. Her words might show you she's so eloquent, she's so this and that, but you can never know exactly what the package contains until you receive your delivered package. So, as you go out there to put yourself out there, make sure first of all you put the best of yourself there. Secondly, try as much as possible to be honest as much as you can. And finally, what I would say is this: if it is not working with somebody, just move on to the next person, because that is not the only person there. It is not working and it's not working. There are things you've seen that you are not happy with and you realize you can't contain, you cannot compromise with that. You move to the next item. That is it. So online dating has a lot of people there, a lot of potentials, a lot of good things, but it is sometimes very, very, very difficult to know the exact content of a person. Before I go into how I met my husband, I met this young man who messaged me on Facebook and we started chatting. Along the way, he started showing interest in me. We had about 100 plus mutual friends, so I felt, oh, this is somebody that might really, really know me, but I might just not know him in person. So the conversation went on, but along the line, I realized he was this clingy kind of guy, very controlling and wants you to do things his way. I got so frustrated and tired of him. At a point, he was able to tell me that I was chasing after fame just because I was helping young people through the work that I do, and that I wasn't having time for him. So I asked myself, is this the kind of person I want to spend the rest of my life with? Of December, when this guy messaged me, called me, was controlling, asking me to go and meet his sister, visit them, and I'm like, no, mister, I've never met you yet. Just be patient, take it cool. Let me get to know you better. Then he was so pushy and it got to me. It got on my nerves so much that I told him, you know what, this is not working. Please, let's just end it here. And then I ended the whole thing, and then everything just ended right there. Based on this guy's attitude, I had my profile on this dating site called Afro Introductions. I just told myself, I am done. This is it. I'm going to close this profile. I don't want to carry any baggages into 2017. It was just that time of the month where you are making resolutions and plans, and you don't want to kind of drag unnecessary things with you into the new year. So I went in my inbox and there was a message from this young man. I read his message and it was quite mature. He sounded like somebody who really liked what he read about me and wanted to know me more. So I just sent a mail to him. Today is Christmas Eve. What are you doing here? You should be with your family and friends, not checking on your profile on Afro Introductions. So I sent him that message and I told him, hey, I am just here to close my profile, but if you're interested in getting to know me better, then this is my email. You can message me and we'll get to talk later. And that was it. So the following day, I received his message in my inbox and I realized, this guy might be serious. He wrote quite a lengthy message about himself, what he does and what he's into, what he's looking for categorically on that site. And I told him, well, just as I told you, I was just there to close my page, but if you would like us to talk, then let's chat on WhatsApp and get to know each other better. Then we started chatting on WhatsApp. After a couple of days, I asked him, hey, can I see the face behind this chats, because I really want to see you and know that you are real. And then we started having WhatsApp video calls. He'll call me. Sometimes he's outside in the snow. Sometimes he's just with family. Sometimes he's just in his room. And I got to see a lot about him. I realized he was a family-oriented person. He loves nature. He loves going out hiking and stuff like that. So that kind of gave me a fair idea of who he is, what he liked, and then what he would, what he wanted to do for the rest of his life. So we started talking, communicating, and that's how it all started. And this is where we are today, married for almost 3 years, and life has been beautiful. This is not to say that what has worked for me would work for you. Yours might be different. You might meet your partner in a different setting. That is fine. Wherever you meet him doesn't really matter. How you meet him doesn't really matter. What matters most is the kind of person he is, the caliber of person you meet, the kind of heart he has, the kind of personality, the kind of vision, dreams, and aspiration he has. Does his vision match with yours? Do you see yourself in his dreams? That is what matters. The few tips that I have for you is this. Number one, put yourself out there. If you are a young woman, a young man looking for love, looking for someone, your Mr. Right or Miss Right will not just come and knock on your door, because that can never happen. Sometimes you have to put yourself out there for the person to cross path with you, and then something may happen. You do not know. So if you refuse to put yourself out there, and you are not daring enough to try something new, then you can blame anybody if it's delaying. Sometimes, I'm not saying you should be on online dating sites, but sometimes the people you meet on online dating sites, even though there are bad people there, the same way you meet people in person, and they are even worse. So you just have to put yourself out there and give it a try anyway. For all you know, it might work. Tip number 2, don't close your mind and say, this is my type, okay? Because when I was online dating, I had this kind of picture in my mind on the kind of guy that I wanted to date, or I really wanted to have in my life. Seriously speaking, when my husband came along, he wasn't the type that I had pictured in my mind and that I was looking for. I had no idea that it was going to be him. I was out there looking for the tall, handsome, dark, dense, with all the muscles and stuff like that. You can just look at the kind of picture that I had in my mind, all right? But then when he came along, I realized that he was definitely not that kind of mental picture I had created for myself. He was just perfect in himself. The characteristics that I was looking for within the person, I realized he possessed all of it and more. So I wanted to know him better. So be open-minded and keep your door a little, open. Keep your door open so that when the person comes in, give the person a little chance. Get to know him or her before you jump to conclusion. Don't just see people by their face, by their appearance, by whatever career they do, or whatever little bit they've written about themselves, or just as you've started a conversation, you just assume things in your mind and just end it there. No, give people the chance. Sometimes someone you think might not be good, possess all the qualities you're looking for in your husband or your wife. Tip number 3, don't be afraid to kind of stop everything, close your profile, and just stop all the online dating at a point, just to take a break, and rethink and replan your life. I got to that point where I was tired of all the messages I was receiving. None of them was proving to be anything good. I started a few dates, conversation, communications, and I realized, no, this is not working. When that guy got on my nerves, when I realized, no, this is not the kind of person I'm looking for. He doesn't possess the qualities I am looking for in a man. I needed somebody who is supportive. I needed somebody who will be there for me. I needed somebody who believed in me. I needed somebody who would appreciate me just as I am. This guy wasn't that person. So I wasn't afraid to just tell him, hey, sorry, this is not working and I am done. And I was ready to just take a break and be done with it, and just, take time to kind of think about it and just, take some break away from the whole dating scene. I just wanted to take a break. Sometimes in your life, you need to take a break. Go back, sit down, reflect before you get to know the next best way forward. Tip number 4, don't be too picky. Be picky about the person's look, the person's height and stuff like that. Rather look for things that are ultimate for you, things that are very valuable for you, character and other things that are very valuable to you. Look for these things in the people that are coming your way and be picky about that. But don't be picky about the person's race, the person's looks, the person's physical appearance and stuff like that. Don't be picky about those things. Be picky about what matters to you and what you really want to find in your partner. Tip number 5, be very ready to meet the other person halfway. Make time for the person. Communicate and share what really matters to you. Ask questions that directs you towards knowing who he or she truly is within. All right, and be ready to commit to the chats, the conversations. Sometimes you need to compromise, sometimes you need to sacrifice a few things here and there to just have the time to be able to talk with a person if you are really into the person. But if you are not into the person, don't hesitate to just say, hey, it's not working, I think I'm done and I want us to just end it here, it's not working. Be very honest, be very open, be very clear in your communication. Let the person know what you are really looking for and focused on that. Give it your very best. Both of you should meet halfway, not one person putting in all the effort and the other person is just reluctant and not doing much. At any point that you realize the other person is not committing to the conversations, is breaking the communication and not putting in much, then you realize there is something weird happening, which is not the best. Whilst you're still single, have fun with yourself, enjoy yourself, and if you want, you can try dating online and see. You may not know, something good may come out of that. I want to use this opportunity to also let you know that, hey, your love might be out there looking for you. Just find a way to put yourself out there so that he or she would find you just where you are. If you haven't watched my previous episode on my first online dating experience, why people date online, please click on that suggestion link and watch that video. It will really help you. In my next video, I'll be sharing about red flags to look out for in online dating, and I hope that that's going to help you. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for your time. If you are new here, my name is Interracial. I am an educator, a public speaker, and the founder of a non-profit organization called Feminine Star Africa. Through this channel, I educate, I empower, I inspire, and I use my life experiences to direct young people and yourself. I make videos on personal development, growth, relationship, marriage, and so many other topics that impact our lives as individuals. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.